guys, it's Carter. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all having a great and amazing day today. Now in today's video, we are going to be talking about the top 4 stocks under $50. Now the reason why I love making these videos is because finding stocks under $50, these companies could be the next Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Google, and you can really capitalize on share size. So I hope you guys all enjoy the video. If you guys get anything in value out of this, hit that like button, subscribe, and if you guys are new to the channel, we talk about everything money, so subscribe and join the team. So let's jump into stock number 1. Let's go. Alright, stock number 1 for me is the one, the only PLTR. Now the reason why I love this one so much is one, they're heavily invested into software, AI, technology. And for those of you that don't know, AI, artificial intelligence, is rated to grow at 37% per year for the next 10 years. So if we can make some money off that, I think that's trying to make some cheddar cheese off of PLTR. The company works with the US government and they do a whole bunch of other things with other businesses. Now looking at some of the fundamentals, you guys will notice we've seen a ton of great profit, some great revenue, some beaten earnings, and the company is newly profitable. So we've seen a huge increase of that net profit margin, which is always really strong to see. Also, the average price target for Palantir is near and around $21 a share, so that's about a 22% return. So for me, I think that this is a staple for AI software, and I'm just invested in it. I think there's a ton of potential, and I really believe looking back in 2 to 5 years, we're going to be wishing we would have bought more Palantir. All right, moving on to stock number 2 under $50. It's the one, the only NIO. Now, for those of you that don't know what NIO is the electric car manufacturer, but it's based over in China. A lot of people think they're like the Tesla of China. Now, the reason I love them so much is because they're still invested into, software, technology, autonomous driving, electric vehicle space, and a lot of people love to compare them to Tesla. But the only issue that we've seen of NIO is some supply chain issues. But overall, I think the concept and the cars are really cool looking. And for me, I really think this is a fun pick. It's definitely a higher risk, higher reward play for sure. It's not going to be something stable, but on the flip side, often higher risk has a higher return. Look at this price target that we've seen some analysts state. The average analyst price target for 2025 is $86 per share. So from the given price right now, that's a return of about 720%. So this is definitely a fun one. It's a high risk, high volatile play, but I think investing into the electric auto space, there's still some growth there, near and around 35% per year. So it's not as high as AI, but it's still really strong comparing to like the S&P 500, Dow Jones, NASDAQ, all that stuff. All right, moving on to stock number 3. Before we jump into that, hit that like button, subscribe right now. Do it right now. All right, let's move on to pick number 3. All right, so pick number 3 is the one, the only, ticker symbol AI, also known as C3AI. Now, the reason I love this one so much is one, it's an AI company, so they're heavily invested into software, technology, data, and just like Palantir, this thing has some great fundamentals. We've seen some great earnings, we've seen some decent revenue, but overall, it's still one of the leaders of AI. The company's price target is near and around $52 a share, so that's still a relatively solid return from the stock price of $40, but there's still a lot of potential just because the company is investing a ton of money into AI, and I really believe looking back to 5-10 years, we're gonna be wishing we would have bought these stocks right now at these current prices. I understand you could be paying a little premium for them, but dollar cost averaging a lot of these is gonna be a great way to reduce risk, reduce volatility. Now, dollar cost averaging is pretty much just investing consistently rather than just one lump sum investment. The beautiful thing about investing consistently is you get a good average price for your shares. So if the stock sells off, you're moving your average cost lower. So once the stock recovers, you make a lot more money. It's a great way to reduce risk and reduce volatility because you're investing consistently rather than just one lump sum investment, and you could be investing overvalued. Hopefully you try to get it undervalued, but you easily could buy this thing peak value and then you see sell off and you're out on your money. Compared if you're dollar cost averaging, you're just averaging down when the stock sells off. But overall, ticker symbol AI is a great company to invest in and one that I buy in as much as I can. All right, so the last and final one, stock number 4 for under $50 a share is the one and only Teladoc Health. Now, the reason I love this one is we've seen a huge explosion of this one during all the lockdowns, where people couldn't go out, go to the doctors, go to the hospital. They had to do everything over Zoom, and they had to talk to their doctors, and that's what this company is. It's like a Zoom for doctors, so to speak. But you guys will notice that we've seen some fantastic revenues, some beaten earnings, and I understand we've seen some amazing profits back in 2020, 2022, during all those lockdown times. But what I see happened is a whole bunch of people really got dependent on it. Why would you go to a doctor, drive all that way, rather than you could just schedule a virtual visit, still have the same results, still have, checkups and all that stuff right on your phone, so you don't have to go out. So I think it's a fun one. It's definitely a growth play, so it's like a little higher risk, higher return. Also, another really cool thing about TDOC is they actually just partnered with Microsoft to help with some automated documentation and stuff like that. So it's always nice to see a company partnering and working with other companies to grow their business larger. So I think that's always really, really strong to see something like that as well. But guys, these were the top 4 stocks under $50. Obviously, do your own research before you guys invest. These